All right, guys, in this podcast, we're going to tell a lot of funny stories about the making of our sidecar video that's now up on the channel. We're also going to dive into Q&A, and we're going to announce our first ever Scumbag of the Week award. Let's jump right into it.
Look, I don't want to talk. How you try and press the kid and read the
Welcome back to yet another episode of the Let's Assess podcast. Before we jump right into it, I just wanted to announce our ride day is this Sunday, February 23rd in Craig, Colorado. Follow us on Cook.bros and Powderbound Adventures on Instagram to get more details when we get closer to it. And if you would like, subscribe, share, it really helps us keep the videos going. We really appreciate it. Later in the video, we will announce the Scumbag of the Week. It's a new segment we're doing, so we started it last week, and we're going to get into it this week. And then stick around for Q&A. All right, Sidecar, fellas. Sidecar was a great success. Kind of take us through the... I want you guys to talk a little bit about the build, and then we can get into like the reactions of people and all the funny stuff that went down. But talk about the build.
Well, we planned this... I would say back around Heyday's time that we wanted to do this.
Yep.
We then got the sled, which you guys had seen in previous videos. And then when Marcus got out here, we started like brainstorming on it. And that's pretty much where it laid stagnant for, what, a month?
Maybe a little longer than that.
Maybe even longer than a month. And then kept saying like, I was dragging stuff in my dad's shop. Like I was getting everything in there to do said project. And we had like a 3-day break, and I told my dad, I was like, yeah, turn the heat up in the shop. We're gonna get that done. 3 days went by, and he goes, you didn't touch it. And yeah, the snow was good. We went riding. So we finally was like, I told Mark, I was like, we got to do this. Like, we got to go do this. So we woke up one morning, procrastinated for a little bit.
The morning before the video was posted.
The morning before the video, yep. So we're like,
before we shot it.
Before we shot it, yeah. So anyway, morning before, we started about 10 in the morning, I'd say. Went over to the shop, and we had the snowmobile and the sidecar. Not in like cut apart like anything. It was just like, it was an old jet ski pull behind. So we had those two things in the garage. And we walk in the garage door, and Marcus goes, you going to use that sled lift for anything? And I go, well, I got 2 others. Don't really need that one. It's just sitting outside, like not really rusting away, but like just needs a jack on it. He's like, that'll work for metal. So it was so funny. We go in the garage, we get it in there, and I'm like, I have no idea what he's thinking. Like, he's definitely the fabricator. Like, I mean, I can fumble my way through it, but he's a good fabricator.
Yeah, his name's Marcus the Fabricator Lang. I mean,
Bob the Builder, basically.
Exactly.
No, it's AJ the Builder, Marcus the Fabricator.
So anyway, we walk in the shop, get the metal in there and everything, and I'm like, I don't even know what we're going to do with this thing. Like, I don't know what his plan is. I got some idea in my head. Pulls out his wallet, right? And pulls out this piece of paper, scrap piece of paper. He goes, last night in my free time, I drew a little something up. Just has like perfect blueprints to build this thing. Yeah. And I'm like, oh,
do you have it?
So I'm like, here I am like trying to think of how we're going to fumble our way through building this thing, and it's going to be janky, right? And then, yeah, pulls his wallet out. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see he's messing with his wallet now, grabbing out his blueprints. But just pulls out the drawing, ready to go. And I'll kind of let him take her from there.
There she is.
So that's
in
how
all her
it
glory.
began.
Oh, dude.
I think you spent a lot of time drawing the snowmobile, it looks like, even.
Dude, I used to draw snowmobiles all the time in high school. I got pretty good at that.
Yeah. But it like just blew my mind, and he's like, yep, this is the plan right here. And I was like, dang, okay. So I was like, well, you know what you need. Just tell me what you need. So he just kept listing off things that I needed to get for him. So I'd just go on a finding spree. Had a little bit of a snafu finding a seat. It was hanging right above us the entire time, even though I called my dad and he said that's where it's at. It was there. He, like my childhood, open your eyes, you'll see what you're looking for.
Yeah.
So
It's usually the way it goes.
yeah. So anyway, then Marcus started fabbing it up, welding everything together. You can kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we were cutting that frame apart from, well, the old sled lift. He put a drill on it, and it lifts the snowmobile up, right? And
Was that thing broken, or why'd
It
you
had
guys...
no jack on it.
Oh, okay.
So it was just the metal framework.
Gotcha.
So we unbolted that all up and told AJ bust the welder out and let me go to town on this thing. So we built a little frame, probably, I don't know, 2 by 4 foot long, and bolted it to the sled, put some down bars on it, and ran a ski to that. And then that little jet ski pull behind trailer he had, bolted up perfect to it.
And we just like put the ski, like we measured, like we had the frame sitting on blocks to where it like put a little bit of preload to the snowmobile when we got it like all fabbed up. So there's a little bit of preload there. You'll probably notice in the video the middle ski lifts a little bit.
It's all that horsepower.
Yeah. And then we went to like, oh, we need to align the ski. Had to do a little tweaking to make sure that she was aligned to the track a little bit. Thought for sure there was no way it was gonna like track good.
We went to like pull it forward in the garage, and it just did like a donut basically. We're like, oh boy, this isn't gonna work good.
Yeah, like exactly. Like on the concrete, just like pulling that way. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, we better throw the wheels on it and just make sure. So at that point, it was probably like 2 o'clock or 2:30.
Yeah.
And just had the like pull behind jet ski toe behind on the frame and bolted to it. Threw the wheels under it. Had the loud can on the sled. Did a little test burn through the neighborhood. I'm sure everybody loved that. Hopefully nobody was working nights that night. If they got an early wake up call. Burnt through the neighborhood once and was like, yep, this is gonna work good. So pulled her in there, and Marcus started throwing the seat in it, and then I started building the cooler. Had a couple different models of the cooler before it was fully done. Had to change the skis out once. Started with some old CNA skis. They were way too heavy. We ended up being way too heavy to be at the end anyway. But once we got the cooler fabbed up on there, got it bolted down, and then later Brad came over and seen what we needed to get, so he went and got a grill. So you guys all came. Well, I guess we painted it then. Yeah. I guess so. We painted it once we got the cooler all done.
Put our cool sand dune flags on the back.
Yeah, the freak flag.
Yeah, so sick.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the video, you got to go check it out, dude.
Yeah,
it turned out really funny.
You won't be disappointed.
Question: people are saying it is the best sounding snowmobile in North America right now. What's the exhaust setup? What did you guys do to that?
Well, I believe it's a 1996 Ski-Doo Summit 670 Jaws Stinger that my dad had laying
Leaves
in
its
the
mark.
he had it laying in the scrap pile, like metal pile of, well, you might need it someday. So pulled that out of the bench, like buried under there, and I was like, well, we'll stick it on there, and I'm sure it'll be loud. It's just a race can essentially.
Right.
Didn't have springs long enough, so took some baling wire, double wrapped it, put the spring on it, and then just twisted the wire till the spring was tight.
No exhaust donut whatsoever.
No donut, just metal to metal.
Custom.
Also, the hole for the OEM exhaust was a little bit too far forward for the 90-degree angle for the Stinger. So we took a hole saw and just drilled a new hole for the Stinger. So there's 2 holes in that model now.
Lightweight, baby.
Yep, lightweight.
Lightweight, baby.
Versatility. If you want to put the stock can on, you still can. Hole's still there. It's all good.
Yeah.
Don't want to block it off or anything like that. So,
Well, that thing is a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah.
You do just about anything.
Yep. The Stinger was a pretty easy add-on, but definitely a little customization to make her work. It wasn't built for the sled.
I think it just wraps the whole build up.
Oh,
Just hearing that thing coming, everyone, like, something's not right.
well, it's kind of
And then
like,
you see it.
yeah,
Something's really not right.
it's like having a Tesla, right? Like, it's fast as shit. No one hears you even coming. They don't even look.
Yeah.
See that sidecar coming? You heard it before you saw it.
Yeah, you heard it 3 years before you saw
well
it.
before you.
Yeah. It's coming at you.
Yeah, you hear us coming down the highway on it before we even get to the lot.
Yeah, you hear us at the gas station if you're at the lot.
Hour away, you hear it piped up.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then that night we all like got together, looked at it, and was like, "Yep, we're good to shoot the video tomorrow." Had the grill there. I went back over to the shop after dinner and kind of made some like boat seat parts, fit the grill, got the grill hooked on there, and
Turned out great. You guys killed it. I mean, that was a lot. I mean, I was expecting something funny because we're trying to put a sidecar on a snowmobile. Yeah. Obviously, that's funny in itself. But when I walked over and I saw it, I wasn't even like excited. I was just shocked. Yeah. I'm like, what? Like that looks like it's been that. Like I was like, what? How does it look that factory?
I thought we did such a terrible job because nobody was saying anything. Nobody was surprised about it. Like,
yeah. Yeah, like Brad walked in, my dad walked in, my mom walked in, Aaron came over, and nobody just like had anything to say.
Like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but for them, it might have been like, what are you guys doing? But like for me, I was like, you know, you expect to see it in your head. You see it a certain way.
Right.
And I see just some white trash, rusty pipe going to some jet ski pole behind that was white and purple. And then I walk in there. And there is this beautiful specimen sitting there. You have the trailer on it. You have the sled is just cherry. Okay, we have flags everywhere. We have a beautiful sidecar mounted like straight. Because if I did it, it would have been so cockeyed, it would have been terrible. And Sun Gun was sturdy. Yeah. I'm like, dude, this might actually like. I figured we'd get up there and the sidecar would fall off in like 10 minutes, to be honest with you. Ugh. Especially with like someone sitting in the sidecar. But when I saw that, I'm like, dude, this looks like it came from the factory this way. The paint matches.
Yeah.
Well, we did go Polaris. To Walmart because we were hungry for lunch.
Yeah.
And got a little chicken and swung by the paint department to see what kind of colors we were working with. They had some plastic Krylon that just was pretty perfect.
Yeah, dude, I walk in and Mark's is like, we spent $8 on this thing. I'm like, holy cow, where'd you get all this stuff?
Where'd you get the money?
AJ's dad had it on the shop. Yeah. I'm like, dude, that is proper. Okay, and then let's get into actually the video. So for those of you, please go watch it, dude. I'm not going to touch on everything, but we take it into town on the road to the gas station to fill up and get beer and beer and ice, yeah. And I'm like, dude, this is probably way too much. I got an 18 rack of Bush. I got an 18 rack of Twisted Teas. I'm like, this is way too much, but whatever.
Well, let's back it up 1 second before that. Everybody's on board with this video plan. We planned this video. We pull up to the unloading location.
Yeah.
And smart or not, this thing is not proven. We don't know when it is going to break off.
Yeah.
And we're like,
especially on asphalt.
Let's put it on asphalt. And then, because you and Marcus were going to ride it to the gas station, there was a little hesitation there from you guys.
I'm the one going to jail. I'm the one driving it.
Oh, I'm going to jail with you.
I was fine. I had the camera. I had the bail money.
Dude, yeah, but I'm the one sitting in the sidecar that if it breaks off, I'm going to end up in the middle of the culvert.
Well, that's better than jail, ain't it?
I don't know. I feel like I would have gone with you. Yeah, and so we're unloading beers into the cooler in the middle of Maverick, like the biggest gas station in town. If a cop goes by, number one, we have the freaking, I'm not trying to incriminate us here, but it's like we have the snowmobile on the asphalt, clearly driven there.
State highway.
We're putting beer in the trailer. Like, it's just like, oh my gosh. We had an audience. We had people looking, people wanting to take pictures. Yeah.
So then we guy trying to buy it.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
In there, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's for sale if you're wondering though.
Yeah.
10 grand.
The price just creeps up every time someone asks.
It's just getting better.
After the jump, dude, that stock went 10 grand. But anyway, so we rode it down the highway for a way. Well, no. So before we take off to go to the highway, we started up. We're all dialed in, ready to go, and the sled won't move.
Go to take off, and the high facts are just melted to the track.
Yeah. So then we got that undone. Then we take off down the highway. We go a ways down the highway. Anyway, we end up at Rabbit Ears.
And I remember you were on the phone like, man, we got all this beer and everything. Like, it'd really be a shame if we don't get that many reactions or that many people.
Oh, yeah. So I'm like, dude, I have like 2 18 racks. There's no way. Like, I'm going to be drinking good tonight. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Fast forward to when we break the grill out on the side of the hill. Dude, we went through an 18 rack of Busch Light in like...
less than an hour?
Less than an hour.
Yeah.
And we didn't have signs. like advertising. It was just people were like, what the heck is that? And they just came up to us. And
They just started piling in.
yeah, I'm like, you want a Busch Light? Yeah.
Can't turn that down.
Yeah. So it was
So
pretty
how
good.
was the journey on the highway, like from Craig to Rabbit Ears? How was that journey?
It was cold.
Well, we hit a little road traffic right before we hit Hayden,
Yeah.
and then drove right past the sheriff.
Ah,
Can't believe he didn't do nothing about
He
it.
was fine with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just waved and on with his day.
gave the old 2 finger. And said, good luck,
He gave
boys.
us, the side eye and the rock on. Or
See you up
on
there,
whatever.
fellas.
yeah, see you up there, fellas.
I called the forest already. They'll be up there.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Yeah. So then we get up there, and I mean, you expect to get reactions from people when you're in a freaking Snowmobile Sidecar, especially that looks like that.
Yep.
But for how many people were in the lot at that point? Because we didn't get up there at like 8. We got up there pretty late. Dude, every person in the parking lot was like, bro, what is that?
Yeah.
And then the Forest Service stops us, of course.
Let's talk about the forest guy that stopped us.
Don't trash him too bad.
He was a nice guy.
Great
he was
guy.
a really nice guy. If you're listening,
But
you're a good dude. But if you are on Rabbit Ears in a snowmobile parking lot and have never seen an out-of-state Colorado sticker permit, I'm going to question the validity of you having any association with the Forest Service. Just a pinch. He didn't help the case when he went and checked the toilet paper in the trash or in the toilet after that. But it blew my mind, the conversation, how on that parking lot in Rabbit Ears that sees probably not very many actual Colorado stickers.
Yeah.
And he goes, I've never seen one of those before. I looked at him like, what do you mean? How have you not seen one of these?
Yeah.
That green sticker that's 4 inches thick and $30. You've
Yeah.
never seen one?
Yeah.
Being every truck is Iowa and Minnesota up here.
Yeah.
That was nice guy.
Nice guy.
Nice guy.
Yeah. So then we get a bunch of reaction from the lot.
Yeah, there were some like street bike guys there.
Yeah.
I can't remember what their Instagram
they're
was. I
from
did check them out.
Twin Cam Tony, I think.
Yeah, Twin Cam Tony, something like that. So he was giving us a little high five as we rolled through, just
Twin
piped
Cam
up.
Tony.
Yeah, he was the dude. Yeah. I love
Shout
that.
out.
Shout out. I love
Shouts
that
out.
name. So anyway, then we finally take off and we give it a little durability test, a little climb test, kind of figured it out. And then that's when we post up. After that, we posted up and had our party.
Yeah, and I mean, some would say you posted up in the best place ever. I would say the trailer fell off and that's where we landed.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody came to us because it was like we were just trying to climb the hill, jump the ditch, and trailer came apart, fell off, and it was like, well, guess we're grilling here.
And then there's a group of guys from Michigan that came up to us. They were cool dudes.
Yep.
And then we all drank some beverages and
Waters.
waters, and had some hot dogs, stuff like that. And then more people showed up, and more people showed up, and then me and Marcus aired it out in the sidecar.
Got like this much air. It was so sick.
I got to do the wife a little dirty here. We're watching the video, you know. Of course, like we all watched it together, and then I was like, "Oh, I gotta go home and show Erin."
Oh gosh.
And she sees the title, like the thumbnail of it, or not the thumbnail, but like comes across the screen of like now for jumping, and then she's like, "Where's all the jumps?" And she looks at me, she's like, "Where's? I expected more jumping." And I was like, there was a jump in there. What'd you expect? Like, did you think we were just gonna like launch this thing to the moon? Like it.
Part 2 coming soon.
Yeah, you ever tried jumping an 800-pound hog? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
It's like jumping a Harley.
That was the worst whiplash I've ever gotten.
It whipped you hard. And the old beverage in the air. It was beautiful execution.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
And I loved. So I was like just like focused on getting the shot of like you guys jumping, and Brad like panned at one point with the camera to everybody up there with their phones out.
Yeah.
And watching the video,
Yeah.
I was dying because every single one of those guys are just phone watching, you know.
Yeah.
Just
It
ready
was
for
so
stuff to go bad.
Yeah. It was about to for sure.
Yep. What else did you guys think was a memorable moment that day?
When the cooler and the grill tipped over on us when we were drone shotting.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that thing just yard sailed.
Yeah.
Back and forth. Yeah.
It whipped so hard. We lost burgers. We lost dogs. We lost empty cans. Like, we had to scour the snow to get everything cleaned up.
Well, right before lunch, too, we lost all of our hot dogs and a pack of buns.
Oh, yeah. You had to
So
go.
I was out searching for them on the tundra.
You went like 3 miles back. They were 100 feet away.
Yeah, right down the hill.
Dude, everything from riding it, no testing, riding it down the freaking highway, and everything we put it through, and it didn't really have any problems at all. Like that's kind of what I thought was funny is just it was like Rush is built in a day, and then we take it out and do that, and everything's that good.
Yeah, that's a 2-day production.
Yeah,
Pretty quick
it's-
turnaround.
Yeah, pretty quick turnaround.
Well,
Good builders.
I thought it was really funny too. We like say in the intro, like, yeah, and then we're gonna come back to the parking lot and like grill and like get the reactions and everything. And we like are on our way back, spend a little bit too much time on the hill with the boys, and we're like pulling to the parking lot. It's just a ghost town. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know why I found that humorous, but like maybe you guys did too. But it was just so funny that like we kind of planned the whole day around like grilling, having the grill like going in the parking lot and having people
Yeah.
like roll into the parking lot. And then we roll into the parking lot and it's like
Crickets.
No one there.
nobody. Like, this is a huge parking lot. It was full.
Yeah, but dude, we were having such a good time up there partying that
I know.
we spent so much time up there. Everyone was gone.
Lost track of time.
Yeah, that was kind of the plan. I forgot. It was to like take it out, see what it can do, and then go back to the parking lot and,
Yeah.
set up camp. But
Man.
Part 2 coming soon.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it
Ride
needs
day?
at least, yeah.
Yeah.
See if we can really get her in the air this time.
And
Need to get a shock on that sidecar.
Yep.
I just can't believe, like, I've had some fun days on the snow. Even this year, I've had a lot of fun days on the snow. But that one's like number one for me still.
Yeah,
Like,
top.
yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
top two.
yeah, like, it was just a great time. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. We should do it again in a heartbeat.
And I don't think I even squeezed the throttle all day, but it was.
Yeah, I think you rode behind me on the
Yeah,
Tundra
I was
in.
filming and yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even think about that. And then, did the fun end for the rest of the day? Like, once we loaded up and headed home, or did we have any snafus after that?
Well, I drive a Ram, if most people don't know, and we got about halfway back to Craig.
No, we didn't even make it out of the parking lot before we had issues.
So, airbags in the back were flat, and AJ's sitting in the passenger seat. He's like, "You got to look back right now." And if anybody's ever ridden in a semi that has no air in the bags, how it's just like you got Brent and Brad in the back seat, and they're just bouncing up and down.
Dude, now I'm talking on the phone and I felt so rude because I'm hysterically laughing the entire time. I'm like, it's nothing you said. I'm like, I'm not hammered. I'm just like in this truck where my head keeps hitting the roof and we're going down a highway.
So,
Dude, it's so funny because we could make eye contact the whole time, just fly, our like heads are just touching the roof. It was funny.
I didn't think it was that bad if you didn't have air in those things.
oh, you got to ride in it now. It's like a dream.
Eh.
You're biased because you sell Chevys.
Yeah, that was not a great first impression for me.
Well, you
That
don't ever
happened,
drive.
and
Yeah, but
You got a gooseneck ball in your truck? I didn't think so.
Well, we had about 2 good miles coming through Steamboat. And
here's the
something
funny
else
part.
happened.
Yeah. Get to it, please. Check engine light.
Limp mode.
Yeah, so she hit limp mode, and we did about 35 miles an hour all the way back to Craig. From what? We weren't even to Hayden yet.
No, we were like quarter of the way back, I'd say.
Mind you, it's probably another 40 minutes going 35 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And the best part was there was this car in front of us driving 35 mile an hour, and we could do 39, 40 mile an hour. And we Marcus couldn't get the speed to pass him ever. So then we had this line, I'll bet it was 2 miles long backed
yeah.
up because of these poor slow cars, and then us and a 40-foot trailer. So no one could get around us.
PBA all down the
Yeah,
side.
at least
of it.
everyone knew who it was.
Oh yeah.
Free advertisement. It's a good thing.
But yeah, it was so funny because people just wanted around so bad, and like we wanted to pass them too because we could have done 40 mile an hour, but Nope, 36 it was.
If we had a downhill, we would have made it.
Get a run
Yeah.
at him.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Oh, dude. Okay, hold on. I'm trying
It
to
was just
find-
one of those days that just wouldn't quit delivering.
It's because we had such a good day with the sidecar. Nothing else went right after that.
the Ram had to do her best.
Yep.
And then since then, like it was just a fluke deal too, because since then, I mean, shut the truck off, deleted the code.
Worked fine ever since.
Great, no problem. It was just like a fluke, weird thing.
Yep.
So now you're not going to switch to GM?
No GM.
He's still ramming life.
I was going to say, he's ramming or
he's getting rammed.
who's ramming here?
Oh, shit. Okay.
Well, I think that pretty well wraps her up.
Dude,
on the
I'm
sidecar.
looking for this other video submission. I cannot find it. Okay, let's dive into Scumbag of the Week.
New segment.
Yes, new segment we're
Yeah.
doing on the Let's Assess podcast. You submit your videos to us on Instagram, and if you have a funny enough or big enough wreck, we will put it on the old podcast and shout you out. Did you have one that you wanted to show?
No, I didn't
Okay.
get any this week.
Okay.
So yeah, you can send Powder Bound or Cook Bros, whatever.
Yeah, and let us know what it's for.
Yep.
Obviously. Okay, so the first one that I want to show you guys, it's kind of hard to see, but this is Landon.Peterson.77. It looks like somebody got absolutely piled in this video, dude. Like, okay, so I'll show it to you guys. I'll put it up on the screen too when I edit this.
Shout out to Landon.
Yeah, shout out Landon.
Is this Landon
Lando.
or is it a buddy of Landon's?
No, this isn't like this is like a different Landon.
Oh, no. Like,
Oh, I think it's his buddy.
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes it even better.
Dude, this is impressive. This is from 14 years ago.
Wow.
14.
Yeah, but this thing's got 327,000 views on YouTube. That's pretty impressive.
That's impressive.
Titled Snowmobile Crash and Pile Up.
Perfect.
Two for one.
Yeah, the 2-for-1. The 2-for-1 special. Okay, so I'm going to get up. I'm going to put it on the screen right now. And we will play it. So I'm going to play it for you guys right now. We'll find another way to do this. This is
Yeah.
just how we're going to do it this week.
Rough go. First go is always rough, but we'll get better. Alrighty, here we go. Oh man. Yeah.
One more time.
Yikes. I love the super zoom at the end too.
There's like 4 people all piled up on that one hill.
Oh, that's great. Man. And I love the guy that like bails. He sees him coming, bails, bam.
That's a good crunch, yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I like it.
Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that used to be us like every
Yeah.
weekend. Move!
Yeah. I can't stop. I don't have insurance.
Okay, I like that one.
I think we have a friend that might we didn't get it on video unfortunately, but kind of had a situation this week.
And you.
Oh, I had a situation this week.
Yeah, these videos don't have to be like crashes or stucks. If they're just funny things that happen when you're doing
Anything
stuff,
funny,
let us
yeah.
know. Okay, here's one for you. From Blue Yetis. Okay, BLUEYETIS. All right. This looks like an absolute pile up. This looks expensive.
LD's going with a great start. Got to go up this hill. Lost it and coasted down into this fine tree right here.
That's a bad day.
Not the best of starts. Let's see if
Not
the
the best of starts.
duct tape could do
When
something.
your side panel
Jeez.
is touching your back
Back at the
bumper.
truck, loading
Got
up.
it back.
Had an awesome day. The sled did pretty good. Gorilla tape handled it pretty well.
What? That's
Can't
it?
even tell.
Probably get a sponsorship.
I need one of
Put
them.
everything
hooks.
back together. Built an air box out of the Gorilla tape.
Wow. Nice craftsmanship.
That's impressive.
Is that the same sled?
I don't know.
Weren't the side panels red on the one that was in the tree?
The one in the
Debatable.
tree is red side panels.
I
Go
don't know.
back to that video.
I think the one that wrecked was in the bed of the truck.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he switched sleds on us.
Dude.
But the other one must have got piled up too. That's the next thing.
Yeah.
Dude,
Dude, you know what I
still
love?
look factory though.
Yeah. I love when like you get into a situation like that, and the first thing that comes to your mind because you're just so screwed up is like, let's explain what just happened to the camera.
yeah.
I love that.
I was coming down the hill and then I lost it, and that's all I heard was whack.
Whack.
That one's bigger than a beer can.
And now I'm in the tree.
Yeah. Now I'm in the tree. That's always a line.
Yeah.
Well, those were some great submissions.
Yeah, I thought, those were good.
Yeah.
We'll continue to do Scumbag of the Week. So, Blue Yetis and Landon, you guys, for this week, got Scumbag of the Week.
What an accomplishment. Proud of you guys.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest accomplishment.
First trophy
can
ever
get.
given.
Yep. That's the
Goes
first.
to y'all.
Okay.
Shall we jump into a little Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it. Let me pull this
How
up.
many do you got?
I don't know. I haven't checked.
Okay, I've got one here with multiple questions. So I'll kind of get her started while you're looking. Recently, my brother forgot his helmet and goggles in Wisconsin. We found this out when in Wyoming. Luckily, he got a loaner. Have you ever forgotten an incredibly important piece of gear? And if so, what was it? And how screwed were you?
Dude, this kid.
No, not just me.
Well, me too. But, dude, I swear one year you forgot your helmet like 5 rides.
Yeah, and then there was times you'd forget your boots or whatever. The difference is I'd be like, uh-oh, dude, I forgot my helmet. And he'd be like, are you kidding? You know, you'd flip.
yeah.
And
But he didn't want to ride anyway. So if I forgot something.
no, he'd
you're
like forget his
okay.
boots. Like, yeah, I could use breakfast number 2.
Yeah.
Couldn't hurt.
I think you've got the winning ticket on this one.
Man, I've forgotten my helmet a couple times, but just the other day, we had clients. We're headed to the hill, and somehow I handed this guy 2 right-hand boots. Now we have 2 pairs of every size of climb boot, and they're all the same boot. How I managed to do this, I don't know, but I did. So luckily, the guy was the same size as me, so I gave him both my left and right boot, and I wore 2 right-hand boots one day.
Are you serious?
Whole day.
No.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
My foot was cramped and sore and like, it was brutal. But yeah, I toughed her out and wore 2 right-hand boots.
Doing it for
a
the
whole day.
clients.
Hey,
You got to do it.
it was so weird riding because your foot would your toe would just bend out the other way because it would be comfortable that way.
Opposite foot forward was way easier.
So easy. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you want to know another one?
What?
One time you forgot me.
When?
What?
Yeah, long time ago.
I forgot you.
We were mad at each other. I was probably
Dude,
I
me and
probably
him.
did something to piss you off.
Me and him used to fight like dogs before snowmobiling. Dude, you want to know why? I'm like, okay, dude, let's be ready at 9 o'clock.
What happened to that energy now?
Yeah,
Noon crew.
noon crew. Dude, we've been way better. We've been way better this week.
You've been
this
good.
year.
I'll
Yeah.
give you guys credit.
But yeah, dude, one time, not gonna lie, I feel bad for even talking about this, but he walks up to the trailer. I have everything loaded. I fueled the sleds, oiled them, everything's ready to go. All he has to do is get there on time. And I see him slower than ever, waddling up the driveway, dude. And I had been sitting in that truck for like an hour at this point. And so Thomas was sitting in there and I'm like,
12, 15
would you
minutes.
hurry? And you're like, no, dude, it was a long time. I waited so long. I went and gassed the sleds up waiting on you. Then I back in and I'm sitting there and dude, he comes in and he does not care. And I have this energy drink and I'm like, you mother beep, and just went like woof into the back seat and just soaked him in Celsius. And then you left. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I kept my cool. I didn't kill you. Should have. Didn't kill you.
Like one time when we were playing basketball as
Still
kids,
riding.
I fouled him in the driveway and he went inside to the garage and got a bow and arrow and he's like, I'm done with you.
Oh yeah,
And he's gonna kill me.
We could sit here for 20 hours and talk about stories of going at each other's throats growing up. But
Yeah.
Brotherly.
yeah, one time he forgot me. that was a different time. This time he forgot me, and I had to take a vehicle and meet him at the parking lot.
Wow.
And then
impressive.
the next ride, he forgot his sled, so we're even. But
You forgot a sled?
yeah,
Dude, I'll tell you the
kinda
difference.
dumb.
The game changer for us is the enclosed trailer.
You guys live out of that thing.
Yeah.
I'll be impressed when you forget something because it never comes out of it.
Yeah, because like we have so much stuff in there. It's like if we forget the helmet we wanted to wear, there's 4 more in there.
It's like a dealership in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But you can't find anything in there either.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Where's my 509 battery?
Where's my battery? Oh, I have 10 of them. And I can't find a single one.
Yeah, the hardest thing is deciding what colors to wear.
Yeah.
It's like this helmet and this jacket, or it's like an
NFL team.
it's like a wardrobe.
Okay, let's jump into these questions.
I have 3 more as well, so we'll just go back and forth.
Just list yours.
Oh.
Well, we got to be quick because
Okay.
I'm gonna run
Yeah,
out.
you got 10 minutes. How is the business going with lower snow that you have? Scared or doing all right? Honestly, yeah, we've had a rough winter, but we have so much acreage that we can do at use at Powderbound that I never once have felt in danger this year and could handle like even more people than what we probably we could take out more people than what we can handle, I guess I should say. So we always found good snow. There hasn't been a single day or a single client that hasn't gotten a fresh like snow day. Like not even just like a meadow, like the entire day has been in like good fresh snow. So if we can get through this winter, I have no concern at all. And yeah, it's been great. Like zero worry in my heart. How about you?
Well, now it's really good, so we don't got to worry about anything.
Yeah, now it's like we're set for the rest of the year, for the season.
But yeah, that 1 month spell where we had like no snow and it was 50 degrees for a whole week, we were on fresh snow every day. Whether it be in trees or like north side meadows, it was all good.
We rode every day of that 50-degree week and still was in the goods. So
In t-shirts, sweating our butt off, but
it was
good.
nice. Okay. What brands aftermarket are on your shit list? Poor parts, poor support, poor fitment, etc. I'll let you guys answer that first.
So say it again.
What brands aftermarket are on your shit list? Poor parts, poor support, poor fitment.
Ooh.
I don't really have any, honestly. Like, they're
I don't
terrible.
either.
I mean, I have like things that I don't love about products, but there's nothing out there that like even I would even mention or say like it's not the product's fault. It's the like the pieces, like just the part in general. Like I don't love all the snow that some things hold, but like nothing is like, oh my goodness, this part has failed on me or anything like that. I wish clutch springs would be more durable, but that's just kind of the cost of pushing power, honestly, is if you're going to make power, you're going to break stuff. So
Yeah.
I don't think there's really,
Gosh, dude,
anything-
I don't know. I feel like with us, or I guess speaking for me, I liked the product that I was running, whether that was like tuning, clutching, bumpers, all these
handlebars.
handlebars, all these things. I used them and then got associated with the company through the Instagram page.
Yeah.
And so I was in line with that product and I like that product. So
Liked it before you
right.
were running it. Yeah.
Or
yeah.
getting it for free or whatever. Because like, for example, say like I ran backwoods bumpers forever and then, BSB or one of those companies was like, hey, we'll sponsor you with bumpers. I don't think we ever took a deal like that.
No.
It was always like we ran the stuff before and then started working with that company when we got like, basically we got bigger on Instagram to be able to give them enough value for them to even work with us.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's, I mean, like, for example, Voke, he's been working on my sled since 2018.
Yeah.
So like, it's not like he came to me with a deal. We kind of like established our relationship for me using his products. And then I'm still using them because I like them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've never had like a a
bad
parts company
experience.
where I'm like, dude, I hate this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because
And we're not building like full mod sleds either to where every part on that sled is aftermarket.
yeah,
Because I think you'd see a lot more of that then.
Yeah.
Everything we have is like so established, and a lot of companies do it, and they're all the same,
yeah,
basically. But
Cookie cutter builds.
yeah,
I think my biggest complaints, like for the controversial thing of the question, is like gear. I think every gear brand out there sucks. There's better ones, there's worse ones, but in general, snowmobile gear sucks. It doesn't hold up. It doesn't stay dry. It doesn't last longer than a year. It's not durable in any way. Like, I'm not a huge fan of gear right now.
with especially how often you guys ride,
Yep.
and how hard and like, I mean, think about it. If you're putting on a trail, that stuff will last you for 40 years.
Yeah.
right.
But if you're out like doing reentries and bashing running boards and hitting trees, and it's not going to last as long.
You have $1,000 mono suit, a $600 helmet,
Yeah.
$200 gloves, a $400 pair of boots, and it can't make it a month and a half of riding 4 or 5 days a week. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
The other one would be like OEMs just in general. Like every single one of them. There's not a one off my list that I don't not really enjoy something about them.
Yeah.
But it's some things are like personal preference and some things are like specific to me. But like each brand has their flaws in place.
I guess I'll just say this. I've never like used a brand that I thought was like junk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep. There might be something I don't
Yeah.
like about it.
Yeah,
But
of
it's
course.
like nothing's like, oh wow, I would never run that because it just breaks or something. Like
Yeah.
that. I haven't had that experience.
yeah.
All right, last one here. What parts or brand of parts do you think is overrated?
What brand or what like in general parts?
So it's kind of like two questions. Like, what parts or brand of parts do you think is overrated?
That's a good question.
That is a really good question.
Overrated.
I'm gonna say, man, it's hard. There's a couple of
Okay,
in my mind.
I got one that
Okay.
it's not overrated, but it's overrated for like the average person, in my opinion.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get hate for this. Tie.
Oh yeah.
In the fact of doing a full tie build, it's like, I get it. I see the value in it. I'm not against it. And there's no doubt that it helps. Like replacing every bolt on a snowmobile to tie, 100% helps. But in my opinion, it's like, because of brand, it's gotten a lot of hype that I think that people, like, okay, let me put it this way. Tie is the last thing that I would do on a snowmobile.
Really?
And I'll tell you, by tie, I don't mean switching out a couple parts. I mean like a full, like every bolt.
bar build.
Yeah, like a brand build where it's like every bolt is taken out. And I'll tell you why. I've seen people on Instagram that are doing tie before they do suspension.
Yeah.
It's like that to me just doesn't make sense. I think it's overrated for some people. That's just my opinion.
Just if you look at it though,
Well,
like there's not a lot of titanium options for Ski-Doo, and there's not a lot of power options for Ski-Doo.
yeah.
Besides like clutch kits and a 25, 30 horse tune.
Yeah.
But you're not turning it up to 300 horse like your turbo is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of like fumbling over my words by like trying to really prove my point on this, but okay, let me just put it this way. I think everything is overrated if you don't need it, like if you're not going to take advantage of it, or if you skipped steps. I just think people take advice from people that don't ride like them and they're not at that level. And I think that it's the mods that like that are hype. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm guilty of it too, but it's like, let's be honest, on the Polaris until 25s, you're gonna put on like a carbon skid before you're gonna change the throttle block out. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I feel like there's like steps.
Yep.
And the first steps are cheap.
Yeah.
Bars, getting your throttle right, getting all that stuff right, your brake lever, stuff like that, and then you can go up. Sorry, I'm rambling, but
I think mine for this year, honestly, is big wheels.
Yeah.
I just don't know if it gives you that much benefit.
Besides backing it out of the trailer.
Yeah.
That's about it.
That's interesting you say that. I wouldn't even have thought of that.
I just like, I'm
Yeah,
not,
I would agree with that.
I just like, I haven't found the benefit in the big wheels. Especially like last year, I would have said, oh, it helped the players wheelie or something like that. But like now that I've been riding for 2 years, I'm not as sold on them right now.
Okay, but see,
yeah.
this is what I was saying with like the last thing I was talking about.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go drop what's a big wheel kit from Ice Age? $500, $400.
Probably upwards
Yeah,
of that.
500, I think,
600.
Okay, so let's just say it's $600. Say it's $500.
Yep.
So you're gonna go do that before you are comfortable with your bar setup.
Correct.
Like,
You can do a bar
just to
setup
me,
for the
it's
same
just like
price.
not. And if you're comfortable with the stock bar setup, then by all means.
Yep.
Like a lot of guys are not, and so it's like or like on the older sleds, you do a big wheel kit before you put a tether on it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like that's where it gets overrated. But I will say this: I've heard that on the player side of things, like charge tubes,
Oh yeah.
I heard that is complete,
Complete
bullshit.
There's no way.
not
Yeah,
even.
there's no way.
There's
that makes-
no validity in that at all.
Yep. Agreed.
So that's one of them. But yeah,
Yeah.
what do you think?
I don't really know. I don't have one.
Probably that silly brake lever.
Could be a 3D Logic brake lever.
You
My
don't-
brakes have started on fire like 4 times in the last week.
You don't like yours?
No.
Oh, dude,
I
I
put my
love
stock one back on today or this morning. Perfect all day long.
What is it like holding in?
I think it's just
Like
pushing the
icing
piston
up?
in a little bit and
Mm.
icing up, and
Really?
you'll be going down the trail at the end of the day and you can smell it, and then it starts to slow down and you look down, it's on fire.
Yeah, see, I've never had that problem. I've ran a 3D Logic brake lever for like
Well,
2
he ran one
years now.
last year too.
and never had that problem.
Never had an issue.
Huh.
It could be the sled. I don't know. I could be dragging the brake, but I don't think I am.
Huh.
Well, didn't have the issue today.
No.
That's weird.
Yep.
Have you guys heard anything about? I forgot what company did it. You would send in like a factory Polaris turbo, and they would bore it out. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's Boondocker.
No, it's a Bikeman.
Is it bike?
Bikeman.
The Big Mo turbo.
Yeah, the big motor.
Have you?
Never.
You
ridden
probably
one.
no.
Don't know anything about it.
You haven't.
Hell no.
No.
All
Well,
right.
yeah, I know you don't have one, but curious if you.
Repeated stopping and starting side hill technique.
Repeated.
Yeah, I think like being on a side hill, going and then stopping and then going again.
What are they asking?
Like that. Like how do you like the technique of doing that without getting stuck?
Keep your nose low.
Yeah.
Park with your nose low and use a lot of momentum when you start to take off.
Yeah.
Heavy throttle to take off.
Nose low is the number one.
Yep.
If you're high, you're gonna
Yep.
get stuck.
All day long, we've seen that today.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
Um,
And heavy throttle, more throttle than you think. Get momentum on your side as fast as possible.
Yeah. Opposite foot forward can help too,
Yeah.
starting off. I may have missed in your prior video on cameras, but what's your current camera setup? Well, we do like the camera right now, we're shooting on an A7S3,
What's my camera?
A7 IV.
That's the one.
So what we do is we'll take A7S3, and we'll shoot some on like pictures and stuff on an A1, and then we have a 16-35 with us for wide angle stuff, G Master lens, and then a 70-200 G Master lens, and then that's the camera setup. And then I just started running a Insta360 Ace Pro 2. So far, really liking it. Seems to be
Really
better
good.
than the GoPros. So far, the footage, it's close, but just the functionality of it is considerably better.
Action camera in general is not.
Yeah. So that's, and then we'll use a drone from time to time. Is there an age limit for kids to come on the group ride? As long as someone's there with them, I don't think there's a limit.
Yeah.
Obviously,
My
don't send your Yeah.
Like my nephew comes with his parents and he's 9.
Yeah.
So
So don't send your 2-year-old kid up there with just us. But yeah, if you want to come and take care of him, anyone's welcome, honestly.
Yep.
We'll rent you the sidecar.
Yeah.
no, it's a family friendly event. For
Yeah,
sure.
we're not
Like,
going to get into like something gnarly or anything like that. We're just going to ride and have fun and
it's a
talk
social aspect.
Yeah, it's a social event.
Yep. Just a little
Best
bit of a ride.
goggles, heated or non-heated, and what brand?
I feel like we answered this one already once on another podcast. I'll make it quick. Tempest.
Tempest heated. What
Yep.
about you?
None.
Climb?
I don't wear any heated goggles.
No, but or non-heated.
Non-heated, yeah, Climb.
Climb Edge.
Climb Edge.
509.
509 Sinister X7 heated.
Sponsored.
Yeah, that's my go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Dude,
last
it's
question.
nice having just lenses. You can just
Yeah.
pop one in. You can
it is
carry
nice.
like 3 I mean, you carry as many lenses you want in your backpack. Still doesn't take up as much space as another pair of goggles, and you just pop them in and
Tempest is the same way.
go good to go.
There's no battery pack, baby.
Yeah, but ours aren't 4 pounds on the front like you were complaining about.
It's actually not that bad. And you should wear them one day and see what you think. Honestly, you should try them. We've had so many clients lose 509 battery packs this year. This is no joke. I'll bet we have lost 10 battery packs this year.
I've never ever lost a battery pack.
Yeah,
knock
and
on
you
wood.
break everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's weird.
No joke. Like, that is not an exaggeration. I'll bet 10 509 batteries are scattered on the mountain somewhere from our people.
That's pollution.
I'm giving you the tip to go
I'm
find
calling the
them.
FDA.
Yeah. Okay, this is a good question. Do you think the winter snow falls on a 10-year cycle? 2014 to 2015 was bad also. Okay, here's my thought on it, and I'm not a meteorologist. I think the whole weather, when it comes to temperature, when it comes to snowfall, when it comes to everything, is on a cycle. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And when I was in college, for some effed up reason, I had to take a weather and climate class. And I was a business major, but they made me take one of those, and they showed graphs. You know, they're trying to talk about climate change, but they're showing graphs of like, as long as the Earth has been around, what they go into rocks and everything and figure out all that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was a cycle. I mean, but yeah,
It's all a cycle.
it's a law of averages in my opinion. Because I mean, it's like you get a winter like 2022, 2023, whatever it was. It's like not every winter is going to be that good. Some are going to be less, some are going to be more. But unfortunately, we don't know that, so we buy 165s and then there's no snow.
That's the way she goes.
Yeah. All right. I think that wraps it up. If you submit questions now, all of them have been read. So if we don't get to your question, it's because it was after we shot this. Thank you guys for listening. We really appreciate it. Ride Day, Sunday, February 23rd. Be there. It's not intimidating. Doesn't matter how good you are. Come out, bring lunch, and we'll have a good time. In Craig, Colorado, details will be announced on Instagram, cook.bros, Powderbound Adventures. So check it out, and we hope that we see you guys out there. Everyone wants to ride with us, so we're gonna have a ride day and see who actually shows up.
Sorry about the mash up there on the end. My camera's just overheating.
Yeah,
That's my bad. It'll be better next time.
Yeah, and everyone's welcome. You don't think you have to be like a certain level to come out.
yeah,
It's it's like you said, AJ, your nephew is 9 and he's coming. I mean, It's gonna be good time. I mean, we might go get in a zone or two real quick, might have a little fun, but it's gonna be more for just hanging out and having a good day on the mountain.
Yep. Just
So
camaraderie and getting to hang out with you guys. That's what we're there to do. So for sure.
yep. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed the sidecar video. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. And until next time, let her bark.
See ya.
later.